You know, there's this one place on Earth where two continents literally touch and two massive oceans meet. For centuries, it's been more than just land. It's been a bridge for people, for trade, for culture. Today, we're diving into the ultimate crossroads, Panama.
People call it the Bridge of the Americas, and it's not just a cool nickname. It's the real deal. This narrow little strip of land is what connects North and South America. But honestly, it's so much more than that. Think of it as a superhighway for migrating animals, for ancient cultures, and for global commerce for thousands of years.
So, that brings us to the big question we're going to tackle today. How on earth did this one, relatively small country become such a crucial piece of the puzzle, a linchpin connecting the entire world? Well, to figure that out, we've got to start with one of the most incredible engineering feats in all of human history.
Right, so our first stop is the connection everyone knows about. We're going to look at the unbelievable engineering that literally carved a path through a continent, but we'll also get into the long, pretty complicated history of how it all came to be.
This timeline really tells a story of pure ambition. It all kicked off in 1881 with the French, who gave it a valiant effort, but after they struggled, the United States jumped in 1904. And get this, just 10 years later, in 1914, the canal was open for business, completely changing global shipping forever. But the story doesn't stop there. The really pivotal moment, 1999. That's when Panama finally took full control, starting a brand new chapter for the country and its most famous landmark.
So how does this thing actually work? I mean, it's pure engineering wizardry. The canal uses a system of locks. The easiest way to think about it is like giant water elevators for ships. They use fresh water, fed completely by gravity from nearby lakes, to lift these huge vessels up and over the mountains, and then gently lower them back down to sea level on the other side. It's just an absolutely brilliant solution.
Okay, but here's the thing. Panama's role as a crossroads isn't just about concrete and steel. The very same global forces that built the canal, they also wove this incredible human tapestry, creating a culture that is totally unique and just so vibrant. And you can literally see this history etched into the walls of Casco Viejo, which is Panama City's historic district. It's a true cultural cocktail. You walk down these streets and you see Spanish colonial buildings right next to these elegant French balconies from when they were working on the canal, and it's all buzzing with this vibrant energy, infused with the colors and the music of the Caribbean. It's like walking through living history.
And of course, that incredible blend is reflected in the people. The story starts with the indigenous nations, like the Guna and the Embera. Then, over the centuries, all these new layers were added. You have Afro-Panamanians, many of whom are descendants of the original canal workers. You've got communities of merchants from China and the Middle East, plus migrants from Europe and all over the Americas. The result? One of the most multicultural places you'll find anywhere.
You can actually feel this diversity in the rhythm of the country. Take the tamborito, Panama's national folk dance. It's so joyful, with these amazing drums and call-and-response singing. Then you've got the Congo dance, which is this super powerful, energetic dance that tells stories rooted deep in Afro-Panamanian history. Two totally different styles, but they're both part of one shared Panamanian identity. And this expression goes way beyond dance. It's woven into the clothing, especially the polera, Panama's national dress. It is one of the most elaborate traditional outfits in the entire world. We're talking handmade cotton, just covered in stunning embroidery, plus all this gold jewelry and delicate ornaments in the hair. To see one up close is, as our source material says, like witnessing a national art form. It truly is.
And speaking of art, you have to know about the Guna people. In their semi-autonomous region on the Caribbean coast, they create these beautiful textile panels called molas. They're these incredibly vibrant, multi-layered designs, and they're just a perfect symbol of Panama itself, right? All these layers of history and culture coming together to create something totally new and beautiful.
And you know, we can't talk about culture without talking about food. Panamanian food is this delicious mix of its history. You've got sancocho, which is this soul-warming chicken stew that's basically a hug in a bowl. Then there's ropa vieja, that savory shredded beef. But a staple you will find everywhere, patacones. They're these salty, crispy, fried plantains, and trust me, they're completely addictive.
All right, for our last section, we're making a pretty big pivot from culture to nature. Why? Because Panama is a crossroads not just for people, but for a frankly astonishing amount of wildlife, all living right next to a bustling modern city.
So what's with this number, 1,000 plus? What do you think that is? Well, that's the number of bird species you can find in Panama. Over 1,000.
That is a staggering number, and it just shows you how incredibly biodiverse the country is, all packed into a pretty small area.
And now for what might be the most surprising fact of all. Panama City has a title that no other capital on Earth can claim. It is the only one with a protected rainforest right inside its city limits. You can literally go from a skyscraper to a jungle trail in a matter of minutes. How wild is that?
This creates this truly one-of-a-kind environment. Really, the only way to describe it is as the place where skyscrapers meet sloths. I mean, that's it. That image just perfectly captures the essence of modern Panama. This seamless, amazing blend of the urban and the wild.
So, let's just wrap this all up. When you think of Panama, think of these three things. It's a global crossroads made possible by incredible engineering. It's a vibrant tapestry of cultures, arts, and amazing food. And it's a unique urban jungle where a modern city and wild nature live right next to each other. That is the heart of this incredible country.
Which kind of leaves us with one final thought, doesn't it? In our own hyper-connected world, what lessons can we learn from the original Crossroads? Panama's story, of blending engineering and culture and nature, is a pretty powerful reminder of the challenges and the incredible beauty that comes from connection. Thanks for digging into this with us.